But here's the way I like to look at it. And this is where I admire the hotels that don't accept it. Now, we're not talking about this completely different if you go. I stayed at a hotel once and they didn't vacuum. I'm talking about policy in the books that there's another hotel that goes, no, that's fucking gross. And you know there's hotels out there, decent hotels, the same level, that are going, no, I'm pretty sure that every customer deserves a clean blanket, and that's unacceptable. But I will say that from the pulse of the room already, I'm finding that I'm visibly able to see in this room that most people in this room are going, prefer a clean blanket, of course. I mean, but
how much was the room?
Does that really matter? Because I'll tell you what, let me give the Doubletree
Great question, Chelsea Peretti.
Let me give you the Doubletree. I'll tell you what, the room, I think they pay about $150, $160. That's what those rooms go for. But let me say this about the Doubletree, where I compliment them. And it proves, we're not talking about if you have a lazy housekeeper. We're talking about policy in the books.
Right.
They do something even a little extra further, and I really admire them for it. A lot of times you go to a hotel, it's all clean, but they put those pillows on the bed.
Yes, those are gross,
and
too.
even those, you're like, how about nothing that's...
Yeah.
Can I just ask that everything on that bed is clean? And when I checked into a Doubletree, not only was everything on the bed clean, you could tell, it's a duvet, it's a blanket, everything's clean, but the pillows at the end of the bed had zippers around them that they change every week and put it fresh.
Yeah.
I thought... They got it. They're like, yeah, our customers aren't picky or crazy to think, can everything that goes on that bed be new and fresh? Our customers aren't like, oh, excuse me. How about Paul? Are you okay with that?
Blankets are probably hard. They don't wash them because they're probably not cotton, right? They're like some weird material that they don't want to have to...
Well, let me tell you something. Here's what to do, those other hotels. Call the Doubletree and find out what they fucking do. That's like when I go to a comedy club and it's hot, and they go, yeah, it's boiling hot, it's so hot. This happened once. At a club in Cleveland a long time ago. They kept telling me how hot it was and that it was acceptable, and I went, okay, I was at the Gap today, and it was air-conditioned, and I thought, major corporation, they might think we don't have Gap money for that type of air. And I was at a little store, a thrift shop, and so call them and find out how they got it comfortable. So if the Doubletree can do it, I am shocked as shit in this room that everyone is like, that's unacceptable. And by the way, there are listeners that are with you guys, but I know there's listeners going, no, that is fucking gross.
No, if I noticed that, if I had noticed that in a hotel, I would be like, did you ask for certain money back, or did you ask for...
No, I was very happy that they, obviously out of the closet, that they keep everything new and not new, but washed. They came in the room and they put all new stuff on. And at one point, to let you know that I really don't think I'm crazy, and I'll tell you why. Because I think there's times in life where you have to let stuff go. You're going to walk around angry. Like, you can't... The 7-Eleven manager was rude to me. All right, you want to walk around, you got to let stuff go. But I think there's a time to go, no, that was wrong. And in this room, I just think it's funny that, again, but at least I'm acknowledging it. I'm not trying to, keep talking you into it. I think we have a pretty clear view here that I'm the only one that thinks that is absolutely unacceptable. And it's funny that if the Doubletree happened to be here the day, I think they'd be like, geez, we wish you were all our customers, because our customers like clean blankets.
Well,
they might not get clean carpeting. We might get a lazy housekeeper. But I can tell you one thing, what the Doubletree's basically saying is, when you get into your bed, policy is that, yes, you deserve a freshly washed blanket. I get it, you can't wash the outer comforter because it costs too much and they have to dry clean them. But I think every customer wants to believe that if you take the outer comforter off, by the way, Doubletree thinks don't even put that one on. Just everything on that bed clean. But I'm willing to go, the outer one, I'll take it off, I'll throw it in the closet.
Yeah.
But underneath, I mean, let's face it, like there is legitimate dirt on those.
Yeah.
Like sex and if you have infantago in your eye and you pull it up and you pull it right over your face and you sleep with it, and someone's ass. I'm not being silly. I'm not trying to get grosser and grosser. I'm not saying anything that you're going, now, Todd, you're getting silly. Some cum, ass, dirt, infantago diseases are on your blanket. Everyone in this room, not the worst thing in the world. Well, I guess what? I'm not fucking staying at any of your houses.
Wait a minute. First of all, I agree with you. I'm on your side. I just think that what happens is the more and more you travel, the more disgusting things you have to deal with. So it's like, I think there's so many things that I forfeit when I travel that I just...
That you're throwing in a clean blanket?
I get beat down about it. Like, for example, the airport. This is my pet peeve on your level. They make you take your shoes off, but I've never once seen anyone cleaning the floors in the airport. So all these people are barefoot walking in this place. Now, that's against a million health codes. I don't understand how the airports are exempt from this, but there's no footies for people, and there's never anyone wiping up the floor, and people are always barefoot, by force, have to take their shoes off and walk through that thing.
But again, and I know this is what we're doing. We're all talking about stuff. There's no right, there's no wrong. But to me, that slips into a gray area because, like,
if you're forced to take your shoes off, you shouldn't be forced to get athlete's foot. It should be.
Don't you wear socks?
Well, I now pack them in my purse because I'll wear slip-ons and then I'll put socks on to go through security, and then I'll take them off. But it's annoying to me because I don't think that, like, nail salons, for example, if you go get a manicure, pedicure, there's very rigid regulations, health codes.
Well, they did. I guess what it is that if it was a Super 8 or something like that, I don't. But, like, it's not the best hotel in the world, but I think they should. Let's put it this way. I'd be curious if this got back to them, if they're okay with that. And I don't think their customers know it. I really don't. I think, what you're all saying, which I sort of understand, it's not really defending them. Like, if they don't even appreciate, because you're not defending them, you're going, my standards have become so low that I accept that, and they should be embarrassed that that's their...
No, if I was you, I would have asked for clean blankets. If I noticed that, I would have done the same thing you did.
I also think it's a matter of perception. Like, I don't think the fact that they have like an exposed blanket makes you any more susceptible to getting diseases than the Super 8 blanket that's closed in. I think once you sweat in the bed, it's in there. It's through the sheet or direct contact. The mattress. If some disgusting person fucks another disgusting person full of diseases, and they both sweat onto that bed,
God.
just because you switch the blanket or the sheets doesn't mean that.
By the way,
of that.
I
the
disagree.
first time you sweat in that bed,
now I'm never gonna not think about that in a fucking hotel bed.
Here's why I disagree.
You guys are the worst.
I think there's different levels of gross, and I think when you
evidenced by everyone at this table.
Yeah, you're right, Daniel. When you have a pillowcase on a pillow, but I think there's different levels of gross, and I think they should be embarrassed.
You'd like to feel like you're clean. You want the perception of cleanliness.
Well, I think there's a difference in using a dirty towel versus a clean towel, and I would like my bed to be as clean as the towel, and I think that's possible. Even if underneath, I would like to believe, and I think, by the way, again, I keep going back to, this is the only thing that makes me feel good. There's a lot of hotel chains out there that go, oh, you come stay with us because we agree with you. Yeah, we can't throw out our mattresses every week, but we think
that would be the best hotel.
What point we do? There's a lot of hotels out there that would go, hey, God, I wish our customers were everybody at that place. I wish we had all our customers' standards. Because tell me if I understand what everyone in this room is saying. Then we'll take a break and then we'll move on. But you're saying, yeah, it would be right, but we've been so worn down by the protocol of hotels that you just sort of accept it. And I think there's a lot of hotels going, I wish you were our customers, because I'll tell you what, our customers, they all want fresh blankets, and we've been giving it to them. But they and yeah, if you strip down a bed, I get it. You can't give a new mattress, you can't give new pillows every time, but at least strip it all down and give me a clean blanket. I think I still stick to it. And I'm curious what people, when they email us, how they feel. Like, and again, don't go off like it's not about we talk.
Do you wipe down the remote when you walk into a room?
Well, oh God,
you pick it up and you turn the TV on, right?
Here's what I've said: that I think there's things that go into the gray area. Now, you're right, technically the remote, but I just think the blanket, because if somebody comes on the remote, I can see it and I won't touch it. I know that's disgusting, but the sheets, I want to believe. I think there's different levels of gross.
That'd be so funny if you got there and the remote was covered in cum.
Why? You guys wouldn't care?
Oh my God.
By the way, the odds that
I'd wipe it down with a blanket and move on with my day.
You know what I would do? I'd put it in a Ziploc and still use it.
You know what's so funny?
Eddie Pepitone.
Oh, there you go. I just think it's still funny. Look, it's very hard for me to stop talking about this, but at 43 minutes in, and I only wanted to do an hour and a half show today. Jesus, is it 43 minutes we've been talking about this stupid hotel?
Yeah. No.
Oh, and we did the opening. Oh, okay. Look, okay, I swear to you, this is the last thing I'll say. I think there's different levels of gross, and that one I'm not willing to accept. So when people go, well, what about the light switches? What about doorknobs? I get you have to go through life. You got to touch doorknobs. You got to touch stuff. I don't always wipe the remote down. But the reason I don't think that's a good comparison is because I think someone using your blanket, it goes to not only a notch above it, but just completely in a different category. But yeah,
hey, we all have things that stick in our minds, and that becomes.
No, I don't think this is my issue. I think it's legitimately disgusting.
Oh,
that's the difference. It's not like me going. When you check into a hotel, how much I get. They can't replace the carpeting. I can wear socks. You have to work around. You're in a room. I get it. That's why when people I know they email, they'll be like, "That's why I said with the housekeeper thing." I want to leave that separate because the bathtub is supposed to be sanitized. The toilet, if they're not doing that right, this is a rule of the hotel. It's not a hotel employee not doing what they're supposed to do. That's the corporate going, our customers do not need clean blankets. And then that's what they say. And by the way, I bet they're also saying, and if anyone complains about it, I think we've got a little picky person on our hands. You don't wash the remote, why do you need a new blanket? All right. So anybody, last word, Chelsea Peretti.
Well, the tub thing is a policy thing because after a certain point, those tubs are filthy and need to be replaced. I'm serious. I'm serious.
Chelsea,
they're stained.
Come on.
They're stained. The porousness of the tub itself gets stained with dirt after years, and it should be refinished or replaced. But they keep them.
Well, they do refinish them at the Doubletree every time.
Do you get a kickback from the Doubletree? This is crazy.
They give you cookies, of course. All right, listen.
That's the kickback.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. This, hey, look, that was fun for me to talk about.
He turns around, his shirt says Doubletree on the back of it.
Okay, hold on.
You know what Motel 8 started doing? Super 8. They just give you an Ambien when you check in.
You know what?
So you don't care as much.
I'm going to need one if my blanket has shit on it. Oh, you know what I think they should do? Have the couple, the gross couple that used your blanket, hand it to you in the lobby. Go, what do you care? What do you guys care? Chelsea, I'm all right with, but everyone else in this room, I'm not staying at your house because you know what I would do if I stayed at your house, Daniel. Right? Here's what my guess, because you brought in the remote control. There's different levels of grossness. You wouldn't have brought it in. Now I'm half comedic, half serious. Because if I stayed at your house and I went, "Hey Daniel, this is a clean blanket," you went, "No, you don't wipe the remote down. Why do you need a clean blanket?" I'd be like,
"You want a clean blanket at my house?"
When people come to my house, if somebody uses a blanket, I wash them.
Yeah.
It
is weird to me.
But I will tell you this, just so you know I'm not crazy.
In your house, there's a guest bedroom. Stop.
Yeah.
There's a guest bedroom in your house, that little small one. Sometimes if we drive home back from a gig and it's too late, I've crashed in that bedroom plenty of times.
Yes.
That blanket was washed every time I left the house?
Yes, it was. But also I will tell you this. So I don't want to lose people out there that are with me. Hold on. I don't want to lose people out there with me. If I stayed at your house and you didn't have a clean blanket, I'd actually be all right with that. I don't know why. Just at your house. Right. It doesn't make sense. But at a hotel, no, absolutely. Right. No. And, no. When I go over someone's house, I don't always care. But I think...
if you know the person.
Yeah, it's not right or wrong. You just see who it is. You just have a sense. You know they didn't have sex. But if someone's over my house and I know they fooled around in a bed, yeah, I clean everything. Hi, I'm Todd Glass, CEO of Doubletree. At the Doubletree Hotel, not only will you get a fresh, hot chocolate chip cookie, but the key word was fresh. Not only are our hot chocolate chip cookies fresh, but so are our sheets. We think more of you as a customer. If you think you deserve a clean blanket, we do too. The Doubletree. We think you're worth clean linens.
Everyone would be like, that is the craziest ad. Did you hear that new Doubletree ad? That shit is crazy.